Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version on our YouTube channel. So you can check that out if you feel the need to. My name is Matt, and as always, I am joined by my sister Vetta.
Hello.
Hi. On this episode, we are going to be talking about The Suicide Squad, which is streaming on HBO Max. And it's only going to be there for I think like 20 more days. So get on it, people, because you're going to miss out. So that before we get started talking about this movie, what are you drinking, Honeybee?
Oh, the same as always, a dirty Shirley.
A dirty Shirley.
Dirty Shirley.
Shirley is dirty. That dirty bitch, Shirley.
I love old timey drinks.
Yeah. I am drinking wine as always, but I'm drinking a Shiraz this time. Ooh, fancy.
Fancy.
So anyways, and I'm half in the bag. I'll tell you that. I have been drinking for a while now. So
I'm not, as I was trying to catch up with you beforehand.
Oh, I can't wait for after this. I'm gonna get booked up and everything. So.
And 1.5 drinks in the bag. I was trying to catch up, but we got new puppies, so I was like trying to get everything in order before I did this.
No one cares about your personal life, anyways.
Fuck off. I care. No, our 7 listeners do care. They want to know.
I mean, if they do, they don't say so. Okay. Anyways, all right. Let's get started. What was your first thoughts about this, Sweet Pea? What were your overall thoughts about it? Tell Daddy.
I was torn. I was excited they were doing another one. Okay, my thoughts are overall, before I even saw this, I was excited, but I didn't know where they were going to go with it.
Right on. I loved it. I love this movie. It's so good.
You didn't ask me if I liked it or loved it. You asked me what my
did you like it or not? You said you were torn. Torn is an answer.
No, okay, I was taking your question as you wanted to know what I thought. Excuse me. Before I saw it, you're such a fucking asshole. People like you go suck a bag of dicks and enjoy every bit of it. Make sure to play with the balls too.
Whoa, getting all racialist. We mean people like me. Anyways,
little brothers.
We're gonna talk about that comment later. Anyways, like I said, I liked this movie. I really thought it was really funny. A lot of stuff was funny in it. I just like the overall tone of it and just like the humor in it. I liked a lot of the dark humor. It got real quick. There was a lot of dark. It was like a barista because it got dark and everything. So I just liked a lot of the stuff. I did have a likes and dislikes list, but most of my stuff is just I just wrote down stuff during the movie of stuff that I just popped out and I wanted to talk about. What about you? What were I wrote the first thing I wrote down was I loved the betting part where they were betting on who was going to die.
Yes,
the Suicide Squad.
Did
you take bets while you were not really, but while you were watching this movie?
I took the bets just like them when they were who's going to be the first one out, and I would have won that bet.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I was all like, that weasel thing is gone.
Yes.
And then I was like,
what the hell is a weasel gonna do for them?
Yeah, and that's what I thought. Half the people in here, I was all like, most of these people are just bang bang, and I'm all like, what are they gonna do? I mean, yeah.
Okay, so the first scene when they come in and the guy's like, this is your team, the Suicide Squad. I got
These are your brothers and sisters for the next couple of days.
I totally got a Deadpool feeling with that, but instead of them being the bad guys, they were the good guys, and you just went, oh, this ain't gonna end well.
Right on.
I was like, this is not gonna go well.
Right on. And then I also like the part where Bloodsport and his daughter were like, fuck you, no, fuck you, no, fuck you.
Didn't you first thing when you saw his daughter when he walked in, are you like, well, they just took Deadshot from the first one?
I think that's what they because this is the thing. I think what they were supposed to do was he was supposed to play Deadshot, but then Will Smith was all like, no, I want to come back. And then they were like, all right, let's figure out a different character.
It just meant they were like doing the opposite of his daughter's relationship. And
yeah, like I liked it too, because I was just like, how many different ways and tones can you say fuck you? Fuck you. No, fuck you. No, fuck you.
Fuck you. Yeah.
Fuck you. No, fuck you. And I was just like, how many times are we gonna do this? Like, you want to go one more round? The only thing
missing is the high-pitched squilly voice that you can't really distinguish what
fuck you. Yeah, so I wrote down, what were some things that you liked?
Well, as always, I liked Harley Quinn. Great character overall. I liked when the lady hit shit.
When what lady?
The lady that with the bedding, with the glasses, took the golf club and hit the lady from
Amanda Wall. Oh no, the black lady.
Yeah.
Like her little helper.
Yeah, when she's gonna kill everybody, they like whack her upside the head to stop her from doing it.
Amanda Waller. Yeah, I love her. Yeah. I love Viola Davis. She's so hot. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked that part. I mean, that's way far, but
is it weird that I find Viola Davis so hot?
No. Why would that be weird?
Oh, I don't know, because she's like older. I just find her so hot. Like every time
what's that got to do with anything?
A lot. Anyways.
People find Betty White super sexy. So.
Oh, I'd so do Betty White. That's a good story right there. Anyways, so okay, we'll get back on
anyways,
that. We'll talk about that after
I liked the scene when they took out the mercenaries because they thought they were the bad guy.
I wrote down that killing the freedom fighters. I liked it when he was all like, he's like, nobody likes to show off. And he's like, unless what you're showing off is dope as fuck. And he's like, fuck, that's so true. And I was like, that's so true. I was like,
but just like, I did not like John Cena's character or his costume from the beginning. I was like,
I liked his character.
I did not.
Because he was such a Captain Douche that I was just like, I think I like him a lot. Like,
and then when I saw his outfit, I was like, oh my God, why? Mm-hmm.
I wrote down that Amanda Waller is such a cunt for what she did to that first team. She just like sent him in there to die, and I'm all like,
well, but didn't you? Okay, so I got the impressions that he helped pick those guys, because remember when he's going through cleaning
Rick
everything?
Flag?
No.
Bloodsport.
Sport thingy. Thank you.
No, he didn't have a choice in them.
But didn't you kind of get the impression? Because remember, he was super pissed off at Pete Davis's character when he came out and dropped the toilet paper. And then when the weasel was licking the glass, he was like giving them looks and shit.
No, he didn't pick them at all. He was just, they were just there.
Maybe they edited that part out. In my mind, he helped pick them. He's like, I don't like them.
Yeah, we'll keep that in your mind.
They can be on team 2.
Yeah, keep it in your mind where it's safe. Anyways. Yeah, because like okay, so like I wrote down in my like section, I liked when so Flula Borg, he played the javelin.
Yeah.
And I love Flula Borg, like that guy in real life. He's so funny and everything, and I just feel like they wasted him so hardcore. Like he barely did anything. He had like 4 lines, and I'm all like, oh, bummer. I was like, I love Flula Borg. Now he can never be in the DCEU again. And then I wrote down, I liked Ratcatcher 2. I loved her. She was great.
Oh, yeah. She was super funny. I
like the whole time I'm all like, she's a bad guy. Like, she's so nice. She's all like, I'm going to get you out of here. And she's all like, like, will you want to be my friend?
Why you have a problem with the rat?
Yeah, and she was all
what did the rats do to you?
Oh yeah, and then she was all like, she's like, if I die for love, that is a worthy death. And I'm all like, yo, bitch, stop getting all like sentimental and everything and start killing shit.
Right. I liked the shark. I wrote his name down.
It's King Shark, but they kept calling him a Nawe, and I'm like, oh fuck that. Call him King Shark. I
totally tried to write that, but I don't remember it now. Yeah, I like the shark. He was great. I love that he thought everybody was num-nums. I loved when he tried to eat the rat catcher and they caught him and she was all, we're friends. You know, it reminded me of Bruce from Nemo. Fish are friends, not food.
Right on. That's so fun. That's a good reference right there. One thing that I wrote down. Okay, hold on. Sippy sip for me.
Okay.
So one thing that I wrote down. Okay, you know when Harley gets kidnapped or captured, sorry. And she's in that little hole and she's all like, you Merovingians or whatever she was calling them. I don't remember. Anyways, It doesn't matter. And then they just throw that red dress on there, like, put this on. I'm like, yo, motherfucker, she's gonna need a shower first. You can't just throw a dress in a hole.
She clearly gets a shower because she's all getting her hair and makeup done.
After she put the dress on.
But you know, the minute they threw that dress down in that muddy ass hole, it was gonna be dirty too. Yet that thing was pressed and pristine.
It was in a bag.
You don't think she needed to take it out of the bag? And what was she gonna do? Stand on the plastic and not get an ounce of that big tool thing?
Hey, you better watch your mouth.
I'm coming for you.
But speaking of the red dress, I wrote in my dislikes that I don't know if I like the red dress, but I can tell you right now, this was not combat ready or like fighting. Like the whole time like when she beat those soldiers, which I wrote that down later on, but when she was fighting those soldiers, I was like, okay. But then at one point, isn't she like sliding on the floor? And I'm like, how are her legs not all scratched up and shit? Like she's just falling from buildings and shit into like rubble, but like her legs are pristinely white, no scratches, just fine.
Because she's a villain superhero.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, there's got to be a little bit of realism here, like a little bit of injury and stuff.
I don't disagree. But that whole scene, like when they were trying to torture her, like I loved that because I went, well, you guys just didn't do your research, did you? She's batshit crazy. This is foreplay to her. You're electrocuting her.
Right.
You're not hurting her. And then when she pretended to be passed out, I literally goes, well, she's faking that. This is Harley Quinn. Come on.
Yeah, like because they don't remember in the last Suicide Squad movie when Joker is all like, she's like, oh, you gonna hurt me, Mr. J? And he's like, oh no, she's like, you're gonna kill me, Mr. J? And he's like, no, I'm gonna hurt you real bad and everything. And then he electrocutes her, and I was like, she got electrocuted in the brain. I think she can handle it. Don't you
also remember too? Then she was electrocuted when she was in her little cage. The guard came up with the little stick. I'm like, electrocution. She looks at that shit as foreplay. That is not painful or harmful at all to her.
I did wrote down that Weasel is gross. I didn't like Weasel at all. I didn't
like a lot of those characters in the beginning.
Well, and then I'm also like,
Javelin was really the only one I liked, only because I thought maybe his Javelin did something cool, but we didn't even get to see that till Harley got it because he died.
Yeah, and I didn't
like that Boomerang died, even though I didn't like him ever. And
what?
Boomerang.
No, I know you're talking about, fucker.
Are you sure?
I'm just saying, you don't like Boomerang?
I mean, he wasn't one of my favorites.
Oh, I like.
I didn't dislike him enough to see him killed.
He's a staple in the Suicide Squad. Okay?
But yeah, he's original. He should have not died. But I mean, he's not one of my favorites. If I had to go pick one of them to die.
Yeah, a small piece of me wanted to be like, I don't think James Gunn reads comic books like he thinks he does, because like that Mongol chick, the orange chick with the purple.
Yeah,
she like burned to death, but I'm all like, isn't she invulnerable? She fights Superman all the time. I'm like, what is that?
I thought that too, but then I thought I was confusing her. I thought I had the wrong person.
Yeah, I was not happy that Weasel survived, by the way.
And I did not do a lot of googling with this one, so I don't know if my facts
I've never googled before.
You Goog all the time. You just don't like the word Goog.
Oh, question for you. How did you feel about seeing full-on dick in this movie? Like straight up
surprise. And the best part about that is I'm not joking. My husband came in like 30 seconds before that and he goes, well, there was that. And I was like, I know, I was kind of surprised by that as well. And he's like and he goes, what are you watching? And I told him and he goes, no. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, They had D. He's like, that was D. And I was like, yeah, that was the dick.
Yeah, like what's his face? John Cena and the Whitey Teddies. I was like, okay, that's fine. But you see full on dick and you're like, oh, I wasn't prepared. Okay, gotcha.
No, you weren't
We're
at
just
all.
okay, great. Thanks. Make me feel good about myself, I guess, even though his was way bigger than mine. And then like later on you see titty, but I'm all like, that's like, I understand because it's in a strip club. But this, I'm all like, what was going on here? He was drinking a cup of coffee. He
just woke up. He was opening the window.
Who wears a shirt and no pants to bed? That's what weird.
Guy? It makes sense if you're a girl. Girls will wear a shirt, a long shirt, and no pants. But I don't know any guy that goes no pants and just a shirt.
I'm either fully dressed or fully naked when I go to bed. Like there's no in between there. And then the last thing I wrote in my dislike list was I didn't like that Polka Dot Man died. I was like upset about that. I really liked him.
I liked him too. I was like, at first when they said, does he just throw polka dots at people? And I was like, no, there's got to be like some hidden meaning. And then when he literally threw polka dots, I was like, that's cool. I love polka dots.
Yeah. And I liked how he was like, I'm a superhero. I'm a goddamn. I was like, oh, I laughed a little bit.
I hated the fucking starfish though.
I'll ask you about Starro. Well, we'll just get it out of the way. How do you feel about Starro? Go ahead.
I don't like him. I'm like, out of all the things, I mean, I did like that it did the whole like invasion of the body snatchers as far as the main queen controls all the hosts, but then it also had the alien vibe on how the aliens latch onto the face. So I did like that, but I didn't like that it was a giant ass starfish that they clearly caught when it was a baby because it fit into the space station. But now they had to build a giant underground silo or whatever it was, bunker for this big ass thing to fit in. So, I mean, I like that. I'm kind of weirded out that they thought the best alien form they could come up with was purple and blue, or was it pink and blue? It's like
pink and blue. Whatever. Blue. Oh, don't get all fucking weird. Come on.
Starfish
say pink
with a giant one eye, because starfish don't have eyes. I get it's an alien though. Yeah. So I didn't like that. I did like the little, and then when it opened its armpit area to shoot.
You mean it's space vagina?
Like that is that on each side. It had space vaginas on each side and in each leg.
Look at a still frame of that. It is a vagina.
Okay.
It's straight up.
We're going to go off a little bit. And I know some people don't like when we venture away. You know what movie makes every damn main alien look like a vagina? Starship Troopers.
Oh yeah. With the big brain one.
Yeah. Well, all of them, there's more than one, but in all of them, it looks like a giant vagina with teeth. Right. And I'm like, oh my God, this person's been scarred by the vagina.
Right on.
So anyways, okay, back to I mean, because the giant star or the baby stars coming out of the big star reminded me, reminded me of
yes, take your time.
I lost my entire train of thought. Hold on, give me a second. Yes, I understand. Of all other alien movies, like Independence Day, there's the mothership with all the other shit, the little ships that come out, and Will Smith shoots the little ones. Mm-hmm. And then what's the other movie? Ender's Game, where there's the big giant ant, queen ant, and sends out all the little drone ants and everything. So, I mean, that part was kind of cool because that gave me the whole alien vibe. But the whole starfish thing, the whole time I was like, this is a fucking starfish.
It's comic book accurate.
Well, it's still a fucking giant starfish.
I liked it. I
just wanted a little bit more. I mean, it's an alien. Make it.
Well, the rumors were before this came out, when the original director was supposed to do it, that it was supposed to be a power source. And it was supposed to be either a Mazo. I know you don't know who these people are, or Supergirl. So I don't know how that would have worked out, or if it would have been better or whatnot.
My whole thing with why the other way it reminded me of Invasion of the Body Snatchers is it has those little the little thingamabobbers that come out of its thing to attach to people, and yeah.
You
know what I'm saying. You feel me.
I feel you. And when no one's looking, I feel myself. Anyways, so
doesn't everybody?
One thing I did write down was I don't understand why Ratcatcher is like sleepy all the time. Like, what is that? Is like
maybe she has narcolepsy?
I mean, but they didn't even explain that. She's just tired all the time. And I'm all like, what is that? Because like, I mean,
maybe it takes a lot of energy to talk and control rats.
Really? You think so?
Well,
I feel like she's not even talking
like
to
a million of them. And can we go back to I'm never visiting that country because their rat control problem is seriously
right
out of control.
We don't have to worry about it. It's not real.
I know. I'm just saying.
I know it's not real, fucker.
I did. Oh shit. I did like when Harley Quinn was trying to figure out what to call them. Like,
yeah, and she's like, you Martesians, Merovingians, yeah.
Yeah, and then he comes right out and she's like, damn it.
She's like, there it is.
Yeah.
I did write down that I did like Harley Quinn's escape from the palace. I liked that a lot and everything. The flowers thing was fine for me, but I would have much rather seen blood, but it didn't bother me that much. And then I did like it when
I didn't mind the flowers, but I felt like they could have picked something that was more like Harley Quinn-esque.
Well, they did have also cartoon birds in there. They were just mixed in with the flowers, like you didn't see them very much.
Oh yeah, I messed up. I was super pissed off when the general burned the Presidente's birds. Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, like
and I was expecting Harley to be super pissed about that, and
yeah, like I was all like what's going on there? Like, he's like, the president is a romantic. I'm like, yeah, but you don't need to kill the birds for
right?
That. Like, what is that?
What the fuck does the birds have to do with him being romantic?
What is that?
Burn a copy of Romeo and Juliet. Don't kill the birds.
Yeah, like he really loved the birds, so kill them. What? This is weird. And then I did like when Harley Quinn got in that taxi cab and she put her big javelin, but she had to like maneuver it in there. And he's like, where do you want to go? And then she like sees the people or whatever. But
I did love that part because that was true Harley Quinn as well. When she got out of the cab, walked around the corner, it's like, what are you guys doing?
Right. Oh, and when they went to go save Harley Quinn and Peacemaker was like, I have a shot on the only person in the office and it's the secretary. And I was like, what is she gonna do? She's not gonna, what are you talking? You're just gonna kill this woman who's just all like, El Presidente.
But he will do anything to keep the peace.
Yeah. I was all like, okay, well, I guess you're crazy.
I do like when they call him on that and they're like, you won't do anything to keep the peace. You just use that as an excuse to kill people.
Right on. So, all right. I also liked, okay, so when they went to Jotunheim, that tower, a couple of things. First thing, I liked the part where King Shark was all like, Peacemaker, and he made that little like creature character thing out of the thing. He's like, that's very nice. It doesn't look anything like me. And I'm like, yeah, but he has the mindset of like a 4-year-old and
He's
everything.
A fucking shark.
Yeah, he can he just says fuck and num num and stuff. So,
and he didn't try to eat you. He made a little man out of you. Take that as a peace gesture.
Yeah, and what were those little like creature things?
The little jellyfish.
Yeah, with things. The teeth. What were those? Because I've been Googling like forever because I'm all like, are these from the comic book?
I said, I did no side googling for this movie because you don't like me side googling because I give you too much information.
I like that you're googling. That's a fun term. Anyways, and then I did like the line where Harley Quinn was all like, she's all like, what is the javelin for? And she's all like, I don't know. I'm waiting for God to tell me. And then Bloodsport was like, Jesus Christ. She's like, or him, to any of them. It doesn't matter. It can be any of them. I laughed when she said that. It was funny. It was a good line.
Yeah, it was funny. She had some good little quirky one-liners here and there for sure.
Yeah. And then I also laughed when the Thinker died. When Starro, like, he's like,
but didn't you think that was what was going to happen to begin with?
Yeah, for sure.
The alien
I just like he was like, I can be a good little girl, even though that's not what he said. But he's like, I can be good. I'm naughty. I can be good and everything. And then he's just like,
just spank me and I'll be good. I promise.
Yeah. Like, oh, now you're sorry.
Right. You weren't sorry when you were like running experiments on all these people.
Yeah, I also wrote
didn't you think that was what the starfish was more pissed off about? Like, he was pissed he was captured, but I also got the whole vibe that he was super pissed off that they were using him to harm other people. But then at the end, okay, hold on, that's what I thought when they were, before he killed the thinker. But then when he started like using his little pod star things to take over everybody, I was like, wait, maybe he doesn't care that he's been used to hurt people, because now he's hurting people to take over the city.
Right on. Yeah, I don't know. I'm too wasted to think about stuff like that. So that's just beyond my thinking capabilities right now.
Yeah.
I did also like when Amanda Waller, her last little rant, when she's all like, "You need to turn around, motherfuckers. Yeah. I'm gonna fucking kill you." And I'm all like, oh, Viola got real pissed real quick, because
she went from 0 to 100. Yeah. So fast.
She's like, "Don't save those fucking kids. Let them fucking die, motherfuckers." And it was like, oh God.
And didn't you love everybody else? They're like looking at each other, giving each other the I don't agree with this eye, but I can't make don't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's so good. And then I didn't understand Bloodsport's tech with his weapons, because he kept like pulling shit and then it would just like manifest into and everything. I was like, they didn't explain any of that shit. And I'm all like, what's going on here? He just pulls off a little.
Yeah, and they did kind of do that in the other, the first one. They did kind of explain.
With who?
Huh?
What are you talking about? Explain.
Not the current people, but in the last one, they explained each person.
Yeah.
And I feel like we didn't get that this time.
Yeah, well, I just, because like he kept pulling shit off of his body and like it made a weapon. And I'm all like,
but he kept pulling stuff that was like, and a compartment would open and then he pulled something out and it would turn this giant thing. And then he was able to add more shit to it. I was like, I don't know what was happening. He was like a little mini wannabe transformer thing.
Right on. I did also write down, I did like the Milton jokes. It was funny.
I loved the Milton jokes.
They're like, this is Milton. And they're like, he killed Milton. And they're like, who's Milton? Milton's been with us. And then at the end, she's like, I'll be your friend, Milton. He's like, that's not my name. Like, she's like, we've been talking about it for 3 hours. No, we haven't.
Had a whole conversation, Milton. Yeah. And I just love she keeps saying Milton. And he's like, not me.
Right. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I only have a couple more things.
But weren't you super confused too why Milton kept hanging on? Before I knew his name was Milton, I was asking the same thing. I'm like, why is the cab driver or bus driver still following?
Yeah, I would have bailed out. I'd have been like, I'm gonna go help the
my job was to deliver you to the Otenheim. I've done that. I'm out.
Yeah, I would have been like, I'm gonna go help with the freedom fighters in the palace that's not being guarded by a million
dudes. That's the easy job. I'm gonna go with that.
When Harley Quinn, I like how she's all like, I know what I need to use my javelin for, and then she like flies into Starro's eye, and I'm all like, shut up, bitch, you didn't know. That's not what javelin meant, you fucking asshole. He didn't when he was dying. He's
he didn't not playing with a full deck up there.
But I did write down when she jumped into the eye and like landed, and she's all like turning around like it's a ethereal moment. I go, ew.
She's like, all floating like she's swimming in the Great Barrier
Reef. I was like, ew, it's his eye goob. I was like,
it reminded me of, I don't know about you, but when I was in like, I think it was middle school, we dissected a cow's eye. Mm-hmm. That's all I thought about the entire time. That part, I was like, ew, that stuff stinks. Don't swim in that.
And then she like climbed out of it, and I was like, and it's all sunken in. I was like, this is great. And she's like giving the thumbs up. I was like, no, thumbs down, honeybee. This is
need
gross.
A shower like 40 times.
And she's just walking around his eye glob all over and everything. I was like, this is nasty. I don't like it.
She smells disgusting. There's no way that smelled good.
And then the last thing I wrote down is the rat scene at the end was gross, and rats are gross.
That's what I said. I was like, if that country was real, I would never visit there because they have a rat population problem. They need an exterminator.
This is their city. They can have it. I'm out.
Right? I'm not visiting there.
Yeah, I'm just like, rats are gross. And I like how she's like, why rats, Papa? And he's all like, because if they have meaning, if they have purpose, so do we. I'm like, no, that's not how that works. I'm like, rats are not contributing members of society. Okay.
I mean, I'm
So
sure they do have a purpose in the whole circle of life shit.
yeah, they chew
but
babies'
I don't
faces off.
care.
That's their purpose, I guess.
That's
They're
right.
fucking assholes.
Or
They spread disease.
I,
That's rats'
I
purpose.
just watched a movie the other day where as torture, they would put a hot coal in a pot on top of a pot and a rat in the pot on your belly.
Yeah.
So they would eat through you. Yeah. No,
Super
thank you,
fun.
sir.
Yeah.
No, thank you, sir. I'm right there with the guy with going, no way. I don't want rats anywhere near me.
Thank you.
No.
Did you have anything on your list? Anything else?
You covered everything. I did not like that Flag died.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
I was kind of like, fuck off. But
I just feel like with Rick Flag, he's like the reasonable one in the group. Like you have all
like he keeps everybody else in their place. Like he reins them in. Like Harley Quinn's batshit crazy, but he keeps her crazy in check. Now he's not there. So who's doing that?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, he's the one that's not like a hardened criminal and a psychopath. So why would who are they going to get now to lead the group? And so
I don't like it at all. I'm trying to think what else. Like I said, I liked John Cena's character for Peacemaker for the storyline. I just didn't like him. I like John Cena. I just didn't like Peacemaker.
I don't like John Cena, but whatever.
The Peacemaker was like a superficial bitch.
Yeah, he was. But I liked the character. I liked it.
I did not. We'll agree to disagree.
I mean, or you could just be wrong. It's fine.
You're wrong. I'm
no. I came up with the wrong first. You can't just. Like,
I can because you know what? I was born first.
What does that got to do with anything?
I'm older and wiser.
No, yeah, all right. If you say so.
I got better grades in school.
What's that got to do with anything?
Career.
What's that got to do with anything?
I have higher education.
Oh, look at you. Look at you. Can't even change a flat tire. Anyway.
Yes, I can. Yeah, our father made sure I could do that.
Gotcha. Can you change oil?
Yes.
Liar.
My husband made sure I could do that.
All right. Anyways.
Can you?
Can I change oil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do it like our father and our mother? Because you know what happened?
Because our
car, that was brake fluid. Never mind. I'm thinking
our
of
car
the
is like
story.
newer, so you have to like take out a whole fucking engine to get to the oil thingy to change the oil.
I was thinking of when our dude changed the brake fluid but forgot to put the fluid back and he ran into that security station.
Oh, gotcha. For those listening, that's a fun inside story.
So you can just edit that out.
And is there anything else that you want to say about this movie before we end this? The review portion of this?
You know, I thought it was kind of a super dick move to eliminate a whole group of people just to sneak other people in. There could have been some other diversion. But then I go, it was a dick move, but I didn't really give a shit about those characters. So I'm okay with it at the same time, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. I get it.
So, I mean, I felt like that was a weird beginning to the movie. But overall, I liked it. Excuse me again. It was a good time. I would say watch it.
Right on. I would say watch it too. It was good. All right. So moving on to our segments and everything. So for my segment, what would be a member that you would like to see join the Suicide Squad for the next movie if there's one made? Please take your time with your answer.
Well, I'm thinking about it. Why don't you go?
Oh, well, I have plenty of thoughts, but I mean, like the most obvious answer is Killer Frost. I mean, she's I didn't
even think of her.
She's a member of like I believe the original, but she's definitely a part of the Suicide Squad in the comic books like all the time. And so I think that adding her, plus she's got powers. They need to start adding people with powers because they don't have anybody with powers, and they keep talking about how like In the first one, they were all like,
They got a lot of gadgets.
yeah, they're just people with guns and stuff. And I'm all like, I mean, a King Shark is, got powers, but like, I'm just like,
I did like him.
I did too. But like Ratcatcher, she didn't have powers. She just had technology that helped her out. So I think
Well,
they
no,
need to
she
add,
kind of was able to talk to
no,
Sebastian.
yeah, Sebastian,
So she could like
rat.
talk to one. I took it as the little sticky thing amplified her power so she could talk to more.
She didn't have powers because her dad developed the technology. She said it in there.
Oh, well, then how was she able to talk to Sebastian?
Because Sebastian, I don't know. When
Did
I
Sebastian have the superpower?
the next time
and
I
he was
talk
the
to
one-
James Gunn, I'll ask him. Okay.
Okay, can we go to brunch with them and have
Yeah,
mimosas?
yeah. Yes, I love it.
Awesome.
All right. So, what was someone you think should be added?
I wish I would have thought of yours. I like that way better than my answer, but I didn't even think of her because my first thought was Poison Ivy and I didn't move past that.
Yeah, I love Poison Ivy. That's a good answer too. She's been on the Suicide Squad before. Also, she has powers and stuff. And putting Poison Ivy in there would be a great way to get Harley Quinn to meet her, so then they could be a couple. And I think that this movie,
I like that
because this movie set up the fact that every time she meets a guy, she gets a red flag, she kills him, and maybe she just needs to move on to a woman.
She just needs a lady.
Yeah, and it's in the comic books right now that they're a couple. So I think that makes sense right there. So Poison Ivy, that's a good answer.
I like it. But like I said, I liked yours better. I didn't even think of that.
So what was your segment?
Okay, so if they were to make another one, which I would see, I would like to
I hope they do.
I do. So this is what I want to know. What type of mission would you like to see them go on?
I really that's a good question. I think that I would like to see them I like this whole thought process of them stopping information getting out. So I was thinking I would like to see, there's like, how in one of the Mission Impossible movies, there's like a list of CIA agents that gets out. Yeah. I would like to see them go in and stop, but they need to use a bad guy that's from the comic books, but they have to go in and they have to get that information. And of course, fun ensues and everything. And I think that would be fun, that they have to try to stop, this list of names of not necessarily CIA spies getting out, but like maybe a list of like, who all
like maybe other people with powers that are just in the computer community.
Yeah, like maybe like
things...
superheroes, like Superman's family and like his kids and stuff. Like, who, like Lois Lane is his woman, and or like the Flash that what's her face is his wife, and this is their kid, and this is where they send him to daycare. It's like all this information compiled, and like Amanda Waller's like, this crap.
So kind of like their personal life information.
Yeah, because they're all like, if this gets out and the supervillains find out and they attack their families, the world is screwed because these people will not stop.
And then I like that because then they're using the Suicide Squad to save them. And these are the people that most likely put them behind bars. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. So what about you? What kind of mission would you like to see the Suicide Squad go on?
Well, mine's lame now. Now I'm just kind of like, they did the curse, they did the alien. You've got the whole, they're going to protect the superheroes that put them behind bars families. I mean,
just say whatever comes to mind.
I was just going to be super duper cheesy and go with the good old Save the President's Daughter, like in Commando.
There was
all of the like other movies, you say, I just like movies. I don't know why. I like movies where the president's kids, all of a sudden the Secret Service, the Navy SEALs, the whole world comes out to save the kid. In my mind, I go,
right on.
We waste the resources.
Right on. Okay,
they're not an heir.
One kid. Yeah, no, that was the rumor that the director, I can't remember, he did the that Ben Affleck movie. It doesn't even, The Accountant. He directed that one / wrote it. And the rumor was that it was going to be they needed to save a little girl. and everything. But then Margot Robbie wanted that storyline for her Birds of Prey movie, that she needed to save a little girl. So she took that storyline from that movie. So then that writer had to change it. And then I guess it wasn't working out. So
I don't even care if it's a boy or a girl. I would like it to be twins.
That'd be fun.
And I'd like them to be the president's kid.
You know what'd be fun is if it was the Wonder Twins, and it's like there's like these alien twins from outer space, and then they have to go to Switzerland to do, because that was their whole thing in the comic books. They said they were.
Could they be the adopted children of the president?
I mean, I guess so. I don't know. This is the DC. They can do whatever they want. They can make stuff up.
I like that.
Yeah, that's super fun. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that is our episode, you guys. We hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at BS Drunk Movie or BS Drunk Pod. I apologize. To stay updated on all of our stuff and everything. And we'll be posting the video version of this on our YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe to us there and hit that notification bell on there, you guys. So that way you get our podcast right as it drops. And that is at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. And before we sign off here, I just want to say we are going to be posting a bonus episode on our YouTube channel. It's for the YouTube channel only, and it will be us playing a drinking game with our friends over at the Horror Hour podcast, the Horror Hour podcast.
I love them.
Yeah, I love them too. They're so great over there. Go check out their podcast. We'll leave a link in the description of our YouTube video and everything. So we'll see you guys later, but don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, you guys.
Bye.